It's been a ridiculously long time since I've made a Destiny 2 video, and that's partially due to the game just having not been in a great spot since Lightfall was probably the worst expansion they've ever released, and upper management at Bungie is terrible. Pete Parsons needs to be fired, but other than that, I've just been busy. But I've been playing a bit more lately, and honestly, I really like Polaris Lance this season. So, as the gun's description says, precision hits return ammo to the magazine, and landing 4 precision hits loads a delayed solar explosion round for your next shot. That thing does actually cause ignitions, which is really nice, and it's really good against unstoppable champions because you can just keep getting all of your ammo back by just hitting a little either tank on their back if they're Cabal or just their head if they're anything else. It's pretty easy to do, and it works really well, especially if Solar Burn is on like it was last week. We had no problem completing the Corrupted, and I don't even remember what the other Nightfall was. Oh, Lake of Shadows, that's right. Yeah, it was Lake of Shadows. Yeah, it wasn't that bad, and I mean, it's a primary ammo weapon. I was running Sun Bracers with it too, so it actually worked really well with the rest of my build. I just kept hitting things with stuff that gave it Scorch, and hitting it with the perfect 5th shot. It was really easy. It got a surprising amount of kills in PvE, considering it's a primary weapon, and in GMs everything's kind of tanky, but I got a pretty solid amount of kills with this thing between the 2 GMs. It felt really nice. The reload on it is not bad. You can actually sit pretty far away with it, and the scope is also pretty decent. This worked really well because of 2 artifact mods specifically. There's the Flint Striker artifact mod, where Rapid Solar Weapon precision hits and Rapid Solar Weapon final blows grant Radiant. You can just sit there and infinitely fire this thing as long as you keep hitting precision shots. It's really good on barrier champions, but it's also really good on unstoppable champions because the perfect 5th shot procs ignitions, which can stun unstops, which is really useful. So this gun can do both anti-barrier and unstoppable damage at the same time, which is just incredibly useful. That's 2 champion types covered with just 1 gun thanks to 2 artifact mods, with the second one being Revitalizing Blast. This is an old one, it's been around before, but causing damage with a solar ability weakens champions and bosses for a short duration. Using this with Sun Bracers was really nice because I could just spam grenades and then hit them with Polaris Lance. Wasn't that difficult to do. It worked really well. You don't even need this to make the build work. This just made it a little bit faster. Kindling Trigger also made this really useful because Radiant causes solar weapons to apply Scorch to unscorched combatants. That was huge. I was so glad that I switched to this thing from, I think I was using Drang before or something. The other weapons I used with this were Riptide, which, I mean, I never use anything other than Riptide in the top slot during PvE, and I'll pair it with Forbearance. However, I really liked using Polaris Lance for this. It was really useful for the GMs that we did, and I paired it with Briar's Contempt, which I don't know how I feel about this yet. Surrounded is definitely a nice damage buff, but especially for Lake of Shadows, since we went up top, Surrounded didn't really do anything. Now granted, I had the solar weapon bonus anyway, from the Solar Surge buff, so that was kind of nice, but I pretty much just used Polaris Lance to damage the boss at the end of that. It was really not that bad, and this thing actually does a surprising amount of damage thanks to the perfect 5th shot. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to make a short video because I haven't made one in a while, and I figured I might as well. I've actually been playing the game a bit more lately, and it doesn't feel that bad. It definitely was in a rough spot a few months ago, but I feel like it's getting better, and I am kind of excited for the Horde mode coming next week, along with the new old weapons. So yeah, if you guys found this helpful, don't forget to leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe, any of that stuff. I'll try and make more videos soon. Later.